that spice, got that spice. She knows the perfect blend. Have a season thought, and you'll come back again. Navigating life, she invites her friends to have a season thought, to make it all make sense.
All right, so this is the very, very, very first podcast for Season Thoughts, and I am Kayam Monet. I am really, really excited to talk about today's topic, which is society's idea of a man versus what a man is. So I have a few people here that's going to help me with this discussion. I have Blinkface. Blinkface, you want to kind of say who you are, what you are, things like that.
Want to start off?
I mean, you go ahead.
Well, Blinkface, we're a multimedia company. We just
Getting our foot in the door.
yeah.
We focus on podcasting right now, but we're just trying to set up our first installment, which is Who You Crushing, which is a dating show, speed dating show. It's not going to be like the rest. It's going to be like little games and little activities involved. We're going to switch it up. It's not going to be common. It's going to be theme-based.
Make sure you add me on there. You know, I'm single out here.
Oh, yeah, for
So
sure.
yeah, for sure. Yeah. You're welcome as well. You know.
Even if I'm not single, I can come.
Of course, for the
Just
experience.
pay
It's an
for
experience
Yeah, for the
regardless.
experience, yeah.
Right, free of charge. Everything's on us. You know what I mean?
For sure. And you can find us at Blinkface on IG. We all over everywhere. Facebook, everything.
Right now, we just podcasting, doing little things to stir up content and followers. So when we do put out the Who You Crushing, it'll be already legit, and you'll be already aware of us and things of that nature.
Blinkface is a whole vibe, like a whole vibe.
Yeah,
So
the game show sounds cool.
I'm excited for Who You Crushing because I'm ready. I'm ready to not be single. Well, not really. I'm still working on me, but I'm gonna get there. By the time y'all ready, I'll be ready.
Right, yeah.
So we also have Morgan. Morgan, you want to tell a little bit about yourself or Sunflower?
Well, I am Morgan, aka Sunflower. I am an artist. I write, I sing, I act, I tell stories.
I gave up, I was stuck out of luck, and he came and showed love.
Just love storytelling of things that go on in our community, the black community, whether that's black love, and everything else that goes on along with that. So yeah, I'm excited to be here today with everybody. It's nice meeting you guys. Already know Portia.
The last visual you did was dope. Like, it was so dope that I posted it on my page. I was like, link in bio. You gotta go check her out.
I appreciate it.
Yes. All right, and then behind the scenes we have Jules Productions.
Shout out to Jules Productions.
Yes, Jules is my man, 50 grand from a long time ago. I feel like I gave you that name. I feel like I gave you the name Jules. Yeah, I didn't like your name, and so I just gave you a new one. All right, so we're going to go ahead and break the ice because you guys, it's been a long day. Friday, people got to try to get themselves together. So we're going to go ahead and try to roll this dice. Don't break my table. Our kid is cool, but it ain't the best. Anybody want to start us off? Go ahead and roll the dice.
Ladies first.
Ladies first? All right, cool. It's all good.
It
It's
doesn't
okay.
feel like
It's okay. Just roll it. What you going to do?
it landed on this one.
Pray often.
Pray often.
Okay, that ain't too bad. You want to give us like a snippet, quick prayer. Like, it don't gotta be nothing serious. You can just say amen, like whatever.
Well,
but whatever the dice say, that's what you gotta kind of give a little bit, or you can just
throughout the evening.
yeah.
Okay.
So however you feel, like whatever you. All right, how about this? Whatever you feel about what it land on. You know,
Okay.
you do as you please.
Okay. Yes. Well, thank you, Father, for everyone at this table right now, and let us have an amazing conversation.
See how good that was?
Yes.
Amen.
Absolutely.
All right. Somebody want to roll that black dice? Roll that black dice. It's all right. It's okay. Enjoy the sunshine. What's something that makes you? What you like outside? I guess.
Nature,
Okay.
the weather, the animals. I mean, everything.
Okay.
Everything about the sunshine is just awesome.
Okay.
Brings light.
Cool. All right. You want black or white? Doesn't matter if you're black or white. It's cheating.
I know.
Just roll it. Just roll it.
Come on, man.
Dance like no one is watching.
Come on. Gotta show some moves. Okay. Who you crushing? Who you crushing?
I'm glad I ain't.
They might start crushing on you with that one. Alright, so I'm gonna make it even. Stay wild. Alright, I'm gonna do that all night for you, okay? I'm gonna give y'all a little wild side, little fire, hot fire for the cayenne. Alright, so kind of got a little laughs. Everybody ready? We're gonna go ahead and start this game off left, center, right. For those who don't know this game, please get it. We're gonna play with chips today, but y'all should play with money because whoever the last one with chips will be the last one with money. Alright, so I got one in the center. I'm gonna go ahead and grab one of these keys. My key to communication. And I'm gonna grab a door. I'm gonna unlock this door. And this question says, who is society? So I'm gonna go ahead and answer this. I feel like society is whatever the norm is. Pretty much. The people who make up a community. That's what I feel like society is. And society changes based on culture or your surroundings, religious beliefs. That's it. To be honest, what does anybody else think society is?
I actually think society is created by like certain entities in charge making money, like social media and different advertisements. I'm sorry, but that pretty much right now is controlling what society is.
Yeah, it sure is.
I was just gonna say the media because they control what you think, what you watch, so it's influencing everybody, old to young. They set the trends and they're ever changing. So it's the media.
Okay, cool.
I think society is just the masses. Just the masses of people who run things. It can be based on the government. It can be based on your circumstances. Just the world you living in. To be a product of your environment. So.
Right. So when I looked at Webster's version of what a society is, it says an organization or club formed for a particular purpose or activity. A group of people living together in more or less ordered community. So, that's kind of what the definition of it is. But I feel like society is what you make it really,
For sure.
Okay. So we eased into it. We're going to go ahead and pass the dice over here.
Right.
You're going to roll the dice and see what we're getting?
Yes. All right. Got one in the center, one to the left.
Thank you.
I got a key.
Yeah, go ahead and unlock that door. Question number 2. Let's see.
What is a man?
What you think a man is?
I'm a man.
I like that. All right.
Man.
Well, if somebody didn't know you, when they wanted to get to know you, and you tell them, I'm a man, what you think they going to think? Or what you want them to think?
What I want them to think is, that's a good question. I don't want them to think anything. I don't want them to judge me. I just want them to...
But if you tell them I'm a man, like what you think a man is?
A man is to me someone who, first of all, take care of himself and his family. You carry yourself with integrity. You're a provider.
Okay.
And you have to put yourself in that position to be that provider.
Okay.
So, man is in position.
Cool. Anybody else want to take a shot? What y'all think a man is?
I say a man is somebody that's able to withstand the worst, like without showing it on his face, and like leading by example, teaching each and every one. You know what I mean? Setting a I don't want to say trend, just setting a path so everyone that they would want to follow. You know, how to be the chief and at the same time.
Gotcha. So you said not showing on the face, so you saying like a man shouldn't express himself?
I didn't say shouldn't. I'm just saying a man usually has to endure the most, but if he shows like what he's going through, that might lessen his reach. You know what I mean? For not for every, but just for the ones that's most valuable at the time.
Gotcha.
Like he's showing weakness.
I mean, it doesn't have to be weakness. Depends on who's looking at it.
Gotcha.
You know, what I gotta do.
I mean, I agree with that. I do that sometimes. Like when it comes to like my siblings, it be hard out here, and I just be trying to put on that face. Like somebody gotta show you that you can make it through. So you see everything I go through, and you see me get through it.
That's definitely.
But then as soon as I get in the shower, I be like,
right, yes.
Get out the shower. All right, what we eating for dinner? Like it ain't nothing. So I definitely feel you when you are that role model. Right. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely, you got to put that face on. So,
when you with your kids and stuff is going on, you can't show your kids that you worried. You know what I mean? You
right.
So,
okay.
Makes sense.
Cool.
Well, I'm not a man, but...
I hope not.
We cute, man. You know what I mean?
Definitely not a man, but...
Make that clear.
No, not a man.
Yeah, make that clear.
Yeah.
So I think, to me, a man is the protector, the provider. He is the lead, and that doesn't mean the controller, just, the guide or the one in front to take the brunt of whatever, you know what I mean? So whether it be for his family, for his girl, for his kids, for his, the man is like the front, like the guard.
Gotcha. I like that. I like that you said that. All right, so remember the topic is society's idea of a man versus what a man really is. So we're going to kind of break those down a little bit. We're going to talk about what the definition of a man based on, the Webster. Kind of go a little bit about what society feel like, what you think society as a man is right now. So we talked about who society is or what society is. So, your point of view of how society views a man. And then we're going to go a little bit into, like biblical terms of what a man should be. All right. So Webster says that a man is an adult human male. Adult's definition is fully grown, developed, or mature. So a lot of times people feel like, oh, I'm 21, I'm a man. You might not really reach the maturity level to really be a man. Physically you kind of got there, but that's about it.
They gotta meet
the criteria.
Yeah, they gotta meet.
Or a man, informally, is a group or a person in position of authority over others. So that's pretty much how Blinkface said, a little bit having that superior. Or it could be, layman's term, probably how society sees it. We use our little slang and whatnot. A man is a white people collectively regarded as the controlling group in society. You know what I'm saying? Kick it to the man type of thing. You know what I'm saying? So you got kind of different ways that you can use it. But let's look a little bit into society's idea of a man. We're going to first start off with society's idea of a man, like the early 1900s. Like, how do you think people view men then?
Breadwinner. His stature has to be like leveled all the way up. You know what I mean? It was based on his performance and what he did or what other people seen him doing. That's my take on that. And I'm guessing because I wasn't alive then.
Mm-hmm. So right. We just go based on what we know. That's cool.
And I guess you have to differentiate between a black man and a white man.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think that, let's say early 1900s, because I know that to be a black man meant everything that we said, unless it's white men around. Then do you have to suppress yourself? Do you have to not be as of a man man? Do you have to act like a boy? Because that's what they was calling him.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
right. That's a whole nother.
But I mean, everything relates to where we at now. That's how I view it. Anyway.
Right.
Some of them didn't have a choice back then. They had to act like a boy or be a boy. They wasn't able to do
Right,
certain
though.
things.
Exactly.
They'd be killed, lynched, or
Right.
ridiculed, whatever. You keep adding words to it, but
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, cool.
I can imagine the pent up frustration
Right.
and the, whatever.
Not fully being able to take on your role that you want to take on,
Yeah.
being limited. Yeah, I'm annoyed as fuck by that. just me. So I could just imagine a grown man just wanting to just be himself and not really being able to do that.
Right. Imagine the frustration he brings home. You have like a wife and kids.
Mm-hmm.
So.
I seen this thing one day. I can't remember what video it was, but it talked about how the man comes home and he lies to his wife every day.
I saw that.
And the wife wanted him, I think to not lie, and he was like, I have to lie to you because I love you. I have to lie to you.
Right.
I've been at work all day dealing with the BS, and now I come home. I'm not going to bring that home. I got to come home and be happy with you because that's what you deserve. I don't want to be happy, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I thought that was pretty interesting. Like, dang, you gonna lie to the one person who love you, but
How about lying is just like a harsh word. How about tell you what you need to hear at the time?
Gotcha.
I hate that.
Gotcha. Yeah.
It's all the same.
I mean,
Tell me how you feel.
you don't
Let
wanna
me
know.
decide.
You don't want to know.
I do. I want to know.
Trust me.
I do.
If my toe hurt, you don't need to know that. If my head hurt,
Okay.
you don't need to know
If I
that.
ask you,
Right.
But that's not something that's gonna be productive. What's the
Yeah,
point?
so-
I can
sometime-
deal with that. I'm
Yeah,
sorry, bro.
sometimes too much information,
That part.
it fucks up the,
Can we
you know,
curse?
the chemistry, anything. Oh yeah.
yeah.
Too much information not good all the time.
Right.
So yeah, sometimes just you can't just be nosy. We gotta just play our position and step in when it's necessary.
Gotcha. All right, so it was this guy by the name of Jake Myers. He wrote a book called The Future of Men, right? So we're going to get into society's idea of a man now. We all these young boys out here doing crazy things. But his book was based on believing that men under 30 are defined, dominated, and controlled by women.
Huh?
That's what
What?
his book was about, And I don't really disagree or agree with his statements, but I definitely feel as though there are a lot of men out here or boys or male figures 30 and under who are way off track of being a man.
Can I interject?
Go right ahead.
I'm so sorry. No, we was having a discussion about that earlier this morning about a man being taken care of by a woman in every aspect, cook, clean, sexually, everything. And then they get into an argument or disagreement. And now it's his time to leave, and he says, "Give me your keys." like you can't really be having all that energy if you can't produce your own way of taking care of yourself, getting to A to B or whatever. So you got to balance that out. You got to know your lane.
Yeah, you can't just say "fuck you" and then
That's
ask for
what
the
I
person
don't
car
say.
keys to leave. You know what I'm saying?
So do you kind of agree or disagree with Jack Myers a little bit?
I'm starting to agree a little more than I
Initially thought.
initially.
Yeah.
Under 30 though, I'm thinking under 30.
Right. So he was just saying how men create new gender norms because of their lack of knowledge or exposure to the traditional norms from the early 1900s and so forth or whatever. And so how pretty much that there have been women now who out-educate or economically outperform men. And so it kind of puts them in the power to kind of do things where a man gotta be like, "Can I get your keys?"
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right, so what do you guys think? 30, under 30, over 30? How y'all think, what these men looking out here? I mean, y'all, you might not be one of them, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You might be a man, but it's
Right.
something out here that's not men. So what do you think society's idea of a man is? So kind of step out of your thought process. What do you think society looks at as a man? Because nowadays they got these relationship goals out here going crazy, and I'm just ooh, that's what you want your man to have for you?
Right.
Cool.
I think people are just more so worrying about what everybody else doing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Worrying about this couple, that couple, and you don't know what they got going on behind closed doors.
Right,
You know what I'm
right.
saying? Instead of focusing on y'all situation, you in everybody else's situation, and then you thinking that's goals.
Mm-hmm.
That's not real. You know what I'm saying? So get back
Alright.
to the essence of why you fell in love with someone and build upon that foundation. You know?
I think they trying to separate, like they say it takes a village to raise a child. It takes a village to raise everyone. So
Hell
it's a
yeah.
man to a woman to anything. So I think society is like separating that, and they focus on the dollar side, what that man can bring to the table, like financially. You know what I mean? And it's not always about that, because that man with that potential, I hate that word, but you know, you can't keep saying potential at 45. He got potential. You know? So
I know why you been a producer.
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
saying? You keep
Talking
watering that
shit.
garden and ain't shit coming up.
Yeah.
About done.
Yeah,
About
potential,
to get a new farm out of this bitch.
Potential and production is totally different.
Yeah.
You know what? I like that. I'm gonna start using that one. When I go in this, who you question?
Yeah.
So what type of production are you working on right now? I know you got a little potential.
Right.
What do you produce?
What are you working on?
The crops
What's stirring
looking
them
like.
up?
Yeah, the crops looking
Exactly.
like.
What's your production team looking like? How
And
many
I do
members?
think you have to keep that in mind when you're talking to people like men and women. Like, does what they producing match with what you producing? Like, if you on this path and what they doing is on that path, I think that's important.
I don't think you gotta really match. It just gotta make sense, like
I got
forward
you.
thinking.
Yeah.
Right.
Like there's a difference between the truth and reality, and that's what they try to interchange, like mesh together.
Yeah,
The
so
truth
maybe
is the
not
truth.
match, but definitely
Flow.
makes sense.
Flow.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta be able to ride the
Flow.
same wave at some point.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, so we kind of got a little idea of, what it looked like back then, what it looked like now. How y'all think that should change? Like, what made men go from like here to barely making it halfway? Not all men, but it's a lot of people out here. They like to use the terms "mama's boy," where they don't do nothing but depend on their mother, don't move out type of thing, or they got where it's just like, oh, he lazy. Now there are some cultures where the men are very well taken care of by the woman, and they don't do much besides work and give you money, and you manage everything, you do everything. But outside of culture, like, what do y'all think caused the transition from men to kind of start losing those characteristics of a man?
Shit, broken families. Not having that man in the household. Lack of guidance. And when you have lack of guidance, you have lack of knowledge, and you're trying to figure it out for yourself. And with that just being trickled down, it's a domino effect. And people just having to figure it out for themselves. Raised by their mother, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, raised by your grandmother, you know what I'm saying? Parents on drugs. It's a lot, especially if you talking about black community. If you just go into that community alone, it's all type of, trauma and situations.
I think it's like the level of acceptance. Things that wasn't supposed to be accepted, people or women are accepting a lot more, as far as if he got this but he's not respecting you like this or not uplifting you, you accepted it. That's how it is. Now, later down the road, you got a better image or a better example, or the TV that showed you something, now you influenced by that. And that's not really fair. You know what I'm saying? Like, men like to keep it the same. Women like to evolve in a way. Not even like, it's like
And I think that comes from not knowing like who you are all the way and really knowing what you want.
Yeah.
Because if you value something in somebody, it don't matter what level they at, that something will keep you there.
Right.
But if you have no real thing of value within yourself to see it in someone else, then it's based off what everybody else got. So,
I agree. All right, so we heard a little bit about the media and broken homes that kind of transition the act of things. But how do you think the homes became broken? They weren't broken at first, but broken became a new norm. How y'all think that came about?
well, our homes were always broken. black
Okay.
people.
Yeah. But I guess it's a
But
little more different.
the ones that weren't were like few and far between. But then there still were government systems in place to take the man out of the home. Men was getting locked up. 70s, 80s, they was getting locked up. Black men.
Yep.
So it leaves a whole culture of people, you know, in broken homes.
Are we talking about black men or just men in general?
She's talking about,
You
I'm
can
talking
do
about
anybody.
black men.
Yeah.
I'm probably
She
gonna
love her
always be
man.
talking about her man. I'm always.
Yeah, we however y'all want to do it, whatever you
We
feel.
could talk about, Willie Lynch. All of that.
Exactly,
That's
it
just
plays
a
a part, but it still plays a part, and I wish that's something as a community we realize that we all coming into a relationship have some sort of dysfunction, have come from some sort of dysfunction. Even if your parents were great parents, I'm not saying everybody had a broken home specifically or you know anything like that, but when you're dealing with the mass effect that it had, it's difficult for us to come into situations knowing how to handle things because dealing
It's
with
systematic. It's all systematic. I always say sometimes when people mess up, they don't get a person a chance to recover and make it better. So the system was in place where, like back in the day, it wasn't like it, but now it's more. If you single, you got all these options, all this help. You looked at as like not needy, but like not a victim, but like in a way, you know what I'm saying?
we'll
So
take care of you.
yeah,
The
take
system
it.
will take
Yeah,
care
so
of
you're
you.
like, I don't need him or
Right,
whatever. And
right.
back in the day, it
Right.
wasn't in place like that, so they was
Right.
able to just try to deal with it, and things probably got better. And as far as like the broken home and dysfunction, that's just based on your opinion. You know what I mean? Like, it don't matter what I go through or like a strong person goes through. They can consider that what they were supposed to go through. It's not really struggle. It's just the path to success. Because you're gonna look back at it and be like, it's a story. It's your what trial and tribulation. It's your what's the word I'm looking for? Your testimony. You feel me? It's it was planned to be like that. So it wasn't no struggle. It ain't dysfunction. It's just what it is.
Right.
And if you have a mindset like that,
It takes that type of mindset.
You know what I'm saying?
Something got to be instilled in you to even have
Yeah.
that mindset.
Like me and my sister, we experience the same things in life, but we're completely two different people.
man.
So, you know, being in the same home, you know what I'm saying? Like, certain things register to me before they register to her.
Right.
And it's just kind of just, you know, do you want to be a product of your environment or do you want to be something different? And the way I look at it is, shit, I'm the oldest. Like, I'm gonna have to do something. Because if I don't do it, I mean, you younger than me. It's probably going to be a minute before you get to where I'm at.
Right.
So I just had to take on that responsibility, really not wanting to, but felt the need to.
Right.
And then, you know, it kind of just stuck with me, that success, being able to, I'm like, oh yeah, I like how this look. Let's keep it moving. But by the time, you know, they get there, it's like, all right, we years later. So,
Right.
okay. So you guys can let me know if you agree with me or disagree with me. I feel like the dysfunction of the homes came from the new evolution of women. I feel like that's kind of where the destruction came from. So back when we had World One, sorry, that was a little tongue twister.
World War
One. Yeah. So all the men were taken away to go and fight, you know, and the women were left at the homes by themselves. Then the women, you know, they got their rights and everything like that, and they were now put in a position to take on jobs. First they was in the house, now they're taking on jobs. Some men didn't come back, some men did come back. But now at this point, you got a woman who is strong-headed in the house, can handle everything, but now she in the workforce, you know what I'm saying, probably outdoing a whole bunch of other men. And now they're in a place where, oh, we can work. And if you're looking at it from like an employer's point, it's kind of like, you jive a little more into detail than this man, you know, I might let you go ahead and keep your job. So now you have women who feel empowered, you know, that they never had before, who are out here just doing these things and kind of keeping everything going. And now you have it where they started creating, I think it's called like a flapper, or a flapper. I think it's a flapper. Where it's a woman who pretty much is just more assertive and strong-minded. She kind of just changes her attire, how she responds to things.
Right.
And they became a lot more comfortable with who they were. So a lot more of just being comfortable sexually, you know, and being able to talk about sex and things like that. So now you go from dating with a purpose to casual dating. because now women feel like, oh, you know what? What's up? You know, and then next you know you having babies, and then around that time you got abortion starting to become a thing.
Right.
So you have a choice if you want to keep it or not keep
That's
it.
right.
So now you're keeping the baby, but you was casual dating. May or may not know who the baby daddy is. May know he don't want no parts of it. Y'all just had y'all little one thing because he thinking, now this fun. Like I can do my own thing.
Right.
And so I feel like, you know, as all this continues to develop, these become the new norms, the new trends, and people are falling into it, not really realizing how exactly these are affecting the generations to come. Because the normality, or you know, how things were usually done on a regular basis was solid. The men had their roles, the women had their roles, everything worked and more balance. And then it kind of, you know, once women kind of got that, ooh, because I read it like at one point, like smoking and drinking wasn't a woman's thing.
Right.
Like that was just for men apparently.
Right.
So it's just like, all right. So now women are just taking on things that were once known as this is what a man does, and now taking on that, and it's kind of just constantly putting them in place. They're getting more rights. They're getting jobs. And it's kind of putting them in a place where, okay, some people may decide like, all right, I'm gonna fall back. My woman doing good, you know, and pick up those things, and then the faults of the men not upholding their responsibilities that were originally given to them has put women in a place where they're like, oh, I gotta get it. I have the right to. I know how to. There's no reason why I'm not. And now it's just like, all right, they're going out there getting an education. They're going out there putting their best foot forward. They're more motivated and excited because this is something that may have been earned and not just given. That they're really working towards it. So I mean, like, what are you guys' thoughts on that?
I mean, I feel like fighting that war in the field just started a war in the household. You know what I'm saying? It's like you took your eye off, you know, home and neglected that, and that just formed a whole nother animal. And I don't know if there's a cure for it yet. I mean, because you know, granted, everybody should have the same rights. You know what I'm saying? Equality and all that. I believe in all of that. You know, however, everybody has a role to play, you know what I'm saying, for us to come together, you know, just like if you're on a football team, you can't be quarterback, wide receiver, center, safety, coach. Strong safety, coach, you know what I'm saying, it's like too many positions to fill, so you have to wear, you know, your jersey, play your position, you know, man can't do nothing, you know, everything a woman do, vice versa, you know what I'm saying.
Let me tap into that and follow up on that, like, equality is not identical. And what they trying to do is create like a unisex, one sex, like both of us doing the same thing, but like you said, everybody got to know their role. Sometimes it can't be, I think we spoke about this last time, everything's not going to be 50-50. Sometimes she going to be doing more, sometimes you going to be doing more. You just got to give her that space and give him that space when, you know what I'm saying, when it's accordingly. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's just how I feel about that.
I definitely agree with that. And I think in all, it affects the children as well. Because, you know, I think the mother, you know, that time that she did have with the kids is now gone. I know me personally, my mother worked, she got off, you know, kind of late. Dinner was real quick, you know. I definitely taught myself how to cook. No shade, but it was real like quick because she had to get up and go to work and do what she had to do. So, yeah.
My mother, she used to make me, she used to put the meat in the oven before she go to work, and when we need to get on the bus, I have to take the meat out the oven. They'll just turn the oven off and let it finish cooking like that. And then when I came home, I had to make the sides, and then everybody ate that way. So I don't even know how that really worked out, because if you was gone before I went to school, where the hell was you at when I got out? What you was doing?
They call those, we was latchkey kids.
Get
out my head. I've been told that since young. Wow, he know.
Because you got your key to get in the house.
On me.
You got to do
like,
your routine.
Grown way before I was supposed to be grown, man.
Yeah, a lot of us grew up like that.
And I feel like too, like now, we all kind of, our generation is a little more mature, but then like the generation like right after us, I don't know what happened. I'd be like, man, I guess people was like, my mother ain't love me. I don't give up about these kids. Like, I don't know.
I think
that's true what you
like
just said.
How
that's so
it's
true.
like a big difference. A big difference. Like you got a lot of people who was, I'm gonna be better than my mother and daddy, and then you got a lot of people that be like, shit, I made it.
Right.
You be good.
I think the generation after us is so turned up, and I think it's in different ways though, cause they so empowered.
Right.
Like I see like young Black Hollywood, like Yara Shahid, like the young girls, the girl who produced her own movie and stuff.
Is that the bonus girl?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like them
She
young
doing
kids,
it.
they go to the max. It's no roadblocks. But then on the other side, then you got the young girls who's really like 20 and looking 45, and like, you know what I'm saying? They all just is turned up in different ways.
But see, those, you got the ones who got the good head on their shoulders, the ones who head ain't right, that's turned up. They out here being real reckless. Like they don't get two fucks. Oh, I'll kill you. I don't care about going to jail.
Right.
Wait a minute. Like you gonna kill him for stepping on your shoe? Like they be ready to go. Ready to go.
These topics, man, we discuss on and off camera daily.
Yeah, for sure.
Daily.
They be ready.
Everybody want to be turned up, and I don't care about going to jail till your celly is the booty warrior. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like, come on, you gonna throw your life away?
You don't want to be there. Stop
you don't want to be there.
They want to be there.
It's a you know, what's some little pins or whatever. I can't think of the name of it. It's like a medal.
Yeah,
right. Like a band.
Notoriety. They want to be infamous for something. Like people don't.
I just did 5 years and I just came home.
That shit is glorified.
them false stripes. You know what I'm saying? Like that.
Could have spent them 5 years coming up.
Misled.
But like in the same token, you know what I'm saying, some people do spend their time right when they in there. They get their weight up, they read them books, they reach out and network, and they come out and make something of themselves. It's just the majority of them don't.
And then you got many that don't make it home.
Right.
That's another point.
Yeah, they get in there thinking they hot head too.
That's real. Make the booty banding like you said.
Facts.
You up next with the dice.
Right.
Everybody getting questions out here.
I put one in.
Two nothings in the
Put
center.
one in and take a key and then open the box.
There you go. Go ahead and get your door. You got the key to unlock. What's our question?
Amy just had this characteristics of a man. Okay.
All right. So like, what like? In order to be a man, you gotta have all these. What's that?
Like my man said, my brother said, integrity. You gotta have like some type of structure in place. You have to be a man of your word. Your word gotta be something that you like respect yourself and get others to do the same with your actions that you have in place. Plan of action, you know what I'm saying, all that. Man, he gotta know that a man is nothing without like family and without people respecting them. I mean, you gotta appreciate what you exuding, what you giving out, and be conscious of that because it matters. I know self-respect or self-esteem, and I understand all that, but it comes from the outside looking in. We only got eyes looking that way. There's things that you gonna see and you gonna notice that I don't even see. It's words that I say and all that. So it kind of matters. It doesn't matter like completely what others think, but you gotta just carry yourself a certain way. So your character, you gotta be good in your book you writing. When you write or Rodney or Black, light skin, whatever y'all wanna call me, you know what I'm saying? It gotta be good in your book, and his book. And I think that's, in short, that's what I feel.
On me?
Yeah, anybody who wanna, you know, what you think of characteristics like a man gotta have all of these in order to be a man.
Man gotta have logic, you know, sensible logic. You know what I'm saying? You know?
Add that in there, please.
Yeah, for sure.
Common sense ain't easy.
It's not common.
Exactly. You have to have respect. You know, respect yourself, respect others. Love yourself, love others. You know.
Love yourself. Please. human, man, animal, I don't give a damn. Please love yourself. You fuck so many other people up when you don't do that first.
It's up too much though.
Nah, like I ain't saying being conceited or nothing, but you really gotta love who you are.
Yeah.
And the things you don't like, you need to definitely take the time to work on.
Yeah.
Alright.
My definition would be like, I make sure my kids eat before I eat. I starve
honey.
if I have to. As long as my kids eat. That's thinking of, you know, the bigger picture. Like I'm good. You know, I'm fine. As long as I know they eat, I go to sleep with my stomach rumbling. You know what I mean? Thank God. God forbid I would have to, but I'm fine.
Yes.
I'm blessed. I wake up, my kids wake up, we all good.
I think my mind was born a man or something because like I'm a full blown woman, but like the things y'all saying, I feel like that's all me. Like I don't know if it's because of the lack of a man I don't have that I'm taking on 2 roles right now, but when I tell you like that's 100% me. Like this is the first time in a long time that I've been able to invest in me. You know, being engaged, and I get to the goddamn store. Everybody came home with something. My ex-fiance that came home with something. The baby came home with something. I came home with 0.
Right.
No nails, no toes, no eyebrows, no massages, no waxes. It was always just work, make sure they was good. As long as they was good, I was good. Like, my clothes, the way I dress now and the way I dress then, completely different. I wasn't in a predicament to afford what I wanted. So I only focused on this stuff. And I was like, all right, well, I'll just get me the little $2 whatever. I can wear a $2 shirt. It's okay. Now I spend like $80 on shirts, but I don't have any kids or nobody who I have to make sure is good first. But it's so many people out here, men and women, who don't put like their children first. Like every people, like as a teacher, oh my God. Them kids be coming to school looking terrible. And when the parents come from teacher-parent conference, I be like, what the fuck? Like,
But I got a question for you. Go ahead, brother.
Oh no, I was just saying. So basically, you on man time.
yeah. You know what? Like, yeah. I think I just turn it on and off. Like, I have everything in me to be a woman, but I got everything in me to not need a man. You know what I'm saying? I want one.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I'm sorry.
No,
I'm
go
just
ahead,
gonna
ladies
say this.
first.
I do think when y'all was explaining the characteristics of a man, I was saying, you know, okay, like a woman do those things too, but it may be in different ways.
Gotcha.
Like I used to think I didn't need a man, and then I got a man, and I was like, oh, you know what I mean? Because it's only so much that by ourselves that we can even see. You know what I mean? Men have totally different perspectives.
Vice versa.
Totally different, exactly, and that's why I think we need each other, but it's like...
I mean, my question, I'm sorry to cut you off. My question, she kind of just...
It's all good. Go ahead.
No, I'm going to, but she kind of
You
just
do the
summed it
same
all
thing.
up. Like, I was going to ask you, first of all, like, how good do you have to be? Meaning, you said you make sure everybody is good, and you doing all this, or whatever. What if you find a man that's doing the exact same thing? You think that'll reduce what you got to do, or take some ease off, or like...
It would. I think it would, but I wouldn't really know because I've never been in a position for that to even be a thing. I've never dated or been in a place with a man where a man allowed me to take a back seat.
When did that become a requirement to you, man?
What came
For a
requirement?
man to do that? When did it become, okay, this is what I want from him? Because you said
Oh,
you haven't
I always
received it.
wanted it. That don't mean that.
Now it's a requirement.
That don't mean I got it. It's it's always been a desire, but to meet an individual who gives me that has yet to really happen. So I've now gone to a place where I felt as though I'm done settling. If you don't give me the opportunity to take a seat back, then I'm just gonna be single. You know what I'm saying? Because it's at first it was just like all right, if I don't get it, cool, everything else flows. But it's definitely a necessity important. Now that I have had the opportunity to embrace me, I am not letting that go. So I need some, be able to find a balance with that.
So Produce Pete can't get a chance.
Produce Pete can definitely get a chance.
He works in the
Pete.
He works in the produce department.
Yeah, he definitely.
in the giant or
Yeah, he can get a chance as long as he let me.
Is that a real person?
Nah.
We don't know.
I mean,
It's
it's a real
Like
person.
that
It's a
average
real,
guy that work
like
at
somebody who work at
Oh,
Giant
probably.
or like the grocery store.
Probably
back
this
grocery,
week it can
anything.
be like I met a dude probably last year. All right, so I take that shit. I take it back. I there's one time, but it was only for a quick second that I met somebody that gave me a chance to kind of sit down for a second, and I was so excited, but I messed that joint up. So you know, I missed out. You know, I had that joint real quick. He was like, "Nah, you moving in these streets kind of funny. I ain't never with you." And I was like, "All right, whatever." That nigga rolled out. I was like, "Wait a second. Like, hold up. Let me wait. Like, what you want me to do? I just do it. Whatever you say. Shit, how you want me to jump? Shit,
It was too late.
I'm done. Yeah, it was too late. It was
Dang, he
too
ain't played
late.
no
Like
games.
he ain't played no games. He made that decision. I think Sunday. I reached out to that nigga Monday. He ain't answer. I was like, damn.
And it's so much easier for men than women. Like we be like, we'll give him another chance. We'll give him another
Yeah.
chance. They be like, nope.
Nah, niggas be ghosting you out here.
That's funny. You talk about
One
that.
false move, zero
Yeah,
tolerance.
man.
Yes,
Because
yes.
you don't
That's
wanna keep-
crazy.
He already developed his man. I guess I was still trying to be a woman. I was still learning my
That's what
shit.
I'm saying.
He was like, nah, I know your type. I'm out. It's
Yeah.
like, dang, you ain't trying to be patient.
Yeah,
You ain't
man.
trying to work with a
They
nigga.
seen them flags on the play and
Yes.
he got the
He did.
Yeah,
He
you know what I'm saying?
did. I'm like, but bro, I ain't even that bad though. Like I'm not even that bad. Come
Nah, you know
on.
what I'm saying? Cause you got the April O'Neil get up from the you remember Ninja Turtle?
Uh-huh.
You have to-
Yes.
Yeah, I was like, dang, you got an April O'Neil get like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, she got the red head,
I know,
that
nah, I
yellow
see it.
jumpsuit, yeah.
Yeah, man, he wasn't fucking with a nigga. But I guarantee you, ever since that day, I worked on me like every day. So if I ever met him again, or if I ever met a Pete in the giant produce section who just like that,
Yeah.
I'll be ready. Like
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's a requirement. Like to be able to just take that seat back.
Yeah.
But you know,
So as long as he working and he productive and he got his own aspirations and things like that, he don't just settle for just like I'm just
yeah.
in the produce department.
Yeah.
He wants some other things.
No,
Are you willing
mama,
to
no
build?
mama boys, no bitch niggas. You know,
He can't love his mama?
no, you can definitely love your mama, but
What's your
I'm
definition?
a fine believer that if a guy or if a man is trying to take on a woman, you gotta
I
be in
see
a
what
place
you're
where you leave
I see what you're
leave
saying.
your mother and father. You know what I'm saying? Behind and kind of start focusing on yourself. Not saying forget them,
Nah, I feel
but you gotta definitely keep an eye out
Separate.
on your building your own.
So no Jodies.
Nah, no Jodies.
Boy.
You always flexing, bro. You always flexing. I catch you every time.
Let me not go. I
Every
wasn't
time.
flexing.
You be flexing.
The shirt
You be-
is small.
You be flexing.
Try and
What's
breathe.
your quarter?
All the time. He got excited. Jody. He was reminiscing them scenes.
Go in and cook them tacos.
So our last question was talking about the characteristics of the man. So I kind of just broke it down a little bit. So we have like the physical side of a man is the mastery of one's physical ability, just the development and kind of building that, They come in all different sizes. I like mine nice and slim and small. Just remember that. Okay? Like I'm little. Like I'm little. So when I come on Who You Crushing, bring them little men out there.
What shorter? Cause
No. We need some height. We need some height. But we need like this a little body.
Right,
It's a little
right.
body. Like that leg need to be the size of my arm. You know what I'm saying? Like,
okay.
yeah. Skinny guys. What that can pick me up. Need some
He got some
muscle.
strength.
Yeah.
Skinny, strong brother.
Yeah, because I need you to like pick me up over the threshold and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You asking for a lot.
From a
I'm
skinny
gonna tell
guy.
you right now.
Thin but strong.
Yeah.
Tall, not short. Cute, but not too cute that everybody want him. Like, tell him out.
Sometimes you gotta go outside your comfort zone.
Right, and that's what the show is about.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Put together.
I can do that.
Yeah.
But you gotta be skinny.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I had sex before marriage. And thick guys in the bedroom is not how I get down. I just can't. The belly flop on my back. I'm not. It doesn't really excite me.
Yeah, you gotta
Yeah,
put
I
it
think-
somewhere. Rest up.
Not for everybody. Nah.
It can't be shaped.
I like bones.
Okay.
Bones.
Yeah, bones. So you sound like you want to divide and conquer. Like, dominate a nigga. Like,
She trying to tell y'all.
yeah, like nigga, I'm gonna throw your ass on the bed. Nigga, put your head on the wall.
Right. Put your leg up.
Yeah, put your leg up, mama.
Y'all crazy. All right. So the functional side of a man is the ability to provide and be, you know, for his dependents. You guys spoke about that. The sexual side is, you know, more of a bachelor later in life. You know what I'm saying? Not necessarily. I mean, this is not for everybody, but I feel like some point of a man has respect for women.
Mm-hmm.
So if you are a man, at some point you're going to be a husband, and as a husband, you should be able to kind of just, you know, tone down, find a way for you and your woman to meet those sexual desires, however need be. Intellectual, to be a man, you know what I'm saying, you need to go based on, like, maybe like facts. Not be so emotional and so all over the place. You know, of course be open-minded, but not like just, you kind of just gotta have like your shit together. Like, know your shit. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, you mentioned like the foundation of your words. You know, people have been able to trust you. If you don't know nothing, you just out here just be talking. Like, it make it real hard for somebody to really
100%.
really in tune to what you're saying and what you got going on. So, you know, building those facts. When it comes to your emotions, don't be in denial. You know what I'm saying? Be honest and open to how you really feeling and what you got going on. So that way, you can kind of just be one with yourself and one with whoever is going on. You know what I'm saying? Be willing to confide in someone, you know.
That's what I was saying earlier. Like, I need to know what's going on. Like, tell me everything.
I don't want to know.
Man knows.
Because
you look for it, you gonna find
the
it
thing
every time.
is, I'm an intuitive person.
That's cool.
So if you come home or I'm talking to you on the phone and I can sense that something is wrong, it's like, okay, I need to
Fake scenarios.
Yeah.
Fake scenarios you create in your head. Solution.
If you usually
But go ahead, go on.
if you usually come home and you happy and you doing this and you come home like, I'm just like, tell me about it. Tell me everything. I'll like massage your back, you know, we can eat dinner, I'll cook, I'll do this, I'll do that. But just let it out, because if you hold it in, the aggression is going to come out towards me.
May I? Even between not just the, you know, the opposite gender, like man to man or whatever, they know me, I know him. If I want to express something that happened right now, it's not going to come out right. But I'm going to speak on it. Yeah. I'm gonna find my pocket.
That's when you know who you encountering with. You know your friends and you know your spouse and stuff like that. Because if you know them, you know that, all right, this person needs a minute and they gonna come on their own. You got a lot of people who never come around, who never say nothing, and all of that energy, not letting their guard down, builds a lot of stress. And you know what I'm saying? Some people get depressed and things like that. So I feel like a man at some point has to be willing to speak.
Yeah, for
sure.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
You just had to let him know you're there to support him
open
when he's ready. Yeah, whenever you're ready.
Right.
You know, but if you keep it bottled in and I don't know what's going on, you know it's going to cause tension. So you need to open up, brother. You know what I'm saying?
And then the last is like interpersonal. So just kind of having like that leadership role.
Right.
Just making sure that, you know, you taking on, making sure you put your kids first. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully you don't starve, but kids go first.